when you get an update from Uber or Lyft, I just really ask you to read the entire document. Yes, it's long, sometimes 20, 30 pages, but they are so good at sneaking in language that can compromise you, right? Your rights, your earnings, you name it. So in this case, how Uber collects and uses your personal data when you are using the apps, obviously on the phones and the websites. And that goes for the riders and drivers, right? So go through this document, make sure you read and understand, and if necessarily, opt out if it's too intrusive, right? I ran a story today showing that Uber actually invaded the homes, was actually recording inside bedrooms and homes of the employees. So they know no limits, no boundaries, right? And I would say it's definitely the insecurities of this company, led by a person that I believe is very insecure and doesn't trust anyone. So they go to great lengths to get your data and get really, really involved in your personal lives. And you really need to know to what degree, to what level are they intruding in your personal space. So check it out. Go through this document, introduction, overview, scope. They lay it out, the data control and transfer. The funny thing here is that they say they can transfer local US data overseas. Now, the moment it's overseas, it's under different jurisdictions, under different legal jurisdictions, right? So, you possibly relinquishing your rights the moment the data is transferred. So you got to really know what's going on here, folks. Data collections and uses. What type of data do they collect? What do they use it for? Are you comfortable with this, right? Background checks, identity checks, demographic data, for example, user content. It goes into everything, including referrals, which, by the way, I'm breaking a huge story out of San Francisco with the news on referrals. It's going to be a big one, and I ordered myself a little crown because they called me, the referral king. Just a side note, I'm going to make a great video, my own story, how I turned from the referral king to the driver attorney referral king, right? So you're going to enjoy that one. It's going to be funny, and I'm going to make a long video there. But back to this here. Safety recordings, device data, communication data, data from other sources. You really want to go through this, folks. How do we use your personal data, right? Do we sell your personal data? Just go through it and just see if this is really violating your rights. So if you feel violated, right? It's a long document. I read it all, but make sure you go over it in detail, and then make sure you opt out of specific clauses. For example, you could say, well, hey, I want to opt out of clause number 5, etc. So check it out. For legal reasons or in the event of a dispute, if there is a dispute, they tell you how it's handled, data retention and deletion, choice of transparency, blah, 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 blah. Go over it, please. It's a long document, but I always want you to go over any updates, any terms of agreement, any privacy updates, safety updates. Make sure you are on top of it. Leave your feedback after you have read the document. I'll leave the link below. Have a good one.